Welcome to the deep dive. We've got a great question from you today about navigating the world of wedding kilts, specifically figuring out the difference between things like modern and ancient tartans or dress versus hunting. It can seem pretty complex.
It really can. There's a lot of terminology, But our goal today is simple. Cut through that confusion. We want to demystify those terms and show you how picking the right kilt is actually a nice mix of history and just, well, personal taste.
Okay, perfect. Let's jump right in then. First up, modern versus ancient. Now, my understanding is this isn't about how old the kilt is, right? It's about the color.
Exactly. It's all down to the dyeing process, the chemicals or natural stuff used to get the color onto the wool. Nothing to do with the actual age of the garment itself.
Got it. So tell us about modern then. What does that look like?
So modern tartans came about mid-19th century. Think chemical dyes. That means you get these really vivid, bold colors. We're talking deep scarlet reds, rich navy blues, bottle greens, very high contrast, very sharp. Great for a formal look where you want the pattern to really pop.
Okay, sharp and bold. Makes sense.
Mm.
So then, ancient. Does that mean it looks like faded, or is it just a different style?
Oh, it's definitely a deliberate style, not faded. It's absolutely traditional, just aims for a different aesthetic. Ancient tries to replicate the look of older, natural dyes, the kind made from plants and minerals centuries ago. The result is softer, lighter. That navy might become more of a sky blue. The dark green turns into maybe an olive or spring green. It gives this lovely, rustic, more muted feel.
Right, a more understated look. So, modern for bold, ancient for soft. Choice depends on the vibe you want.
Precisely. Both totally traditional, just different looks.
Okay, color distinction covered. Let's switch gears to the pattern itself. Dress versus hunting tartans. These sound like they had different jobs to do.
They absolutely did. It's rooted in function. Hunting tartans were, well, exactly that, for hunting or being out in the hills. Designed for camouflage, so you see lots of subdued, earthy colors, browns, slate blues, dark greens. The idea was to blend in with the landscape. It was the clan's everyday practical wear.
Makes sense. Camouflage. So, dress tartan must be the opposite then, for show.
Pretty much. Dress tartans were for the more formal events. Balls, gatherings, celebrations. The key thing, the defining feature, is they almost always introduce a good amount of white or a very light color into the pattern's background. Historically, using stable white dyes was tricky and expensive, so flashing a lot of white was kind of a status symbol. It makes the whole tartan look brighter, more festive.
Ah, okay. So the dress tartan is literally dressing up, showing off a bit maybe.
You could say that. It definitely signals a special occasion, not everyday wear, which is why, generally, dress tartans tend to be more popular for weddings, that celebratory feel.
Though a hunting tartan could work too, maybe for an outdoor or rustic wedding.
Absolutely. Especially in ancient hunting, with those softer, earthy tones, it could fit perfectly depending on the setting.
It's interesting how much choice there is, even within one family's tartan.
It is. And despite all these options, modern, ancient, dress, hunting, the most powerful tradition really is just wearing your family tartan, wearing it with pride, connecting to that heritage. That's still the core of it all.
So if we had to give a quick rule of thumb based on all this, for someone planning a wedding right now.
Okay, yeah. A simple guide might be, for a very formal, maybe black tie affair, a modern dress tartan often fits perfectly. Bold colors, bright white, very classic and sharp.
And for something maybe more rustic, vintage, or outdoorsy.
Then you might lean towards an ancient dress tartan for that softer, festive look, or even an ancient hunting if those muted, natural colors really suit the theme and atmosphere.
But ultimately, it comes down to the person wearing it.
100%. The most correct kilt is the one the groom puts on, looks in the mirror, and feels fantastic in. That pride and confidence connect directly back to the heart of the tradition itself. Personal preference really seals the deal.
So it's a balance, isn't it? Honoring the deep history, the specific family tartan, but also embracing the choices we have now and how it looks and feels.
It really is, and it makes you think, doesn't it? Consider this. Those modern tartans, made with 19th century chemical dyes, are now seen as completely traditional options alongside the ancient styles. If the very definition of what looks old or authentic can evolve based on something like dye technology, well, it makes you wonder how rigidly we should stick to other historical clothing rules, Maybe the tradition is more flexible than we sometimes think.